Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel. And there's been some news about Zion Williamson shoe, sneaker news, and basically like all the big news outlets have been saying this. And Zion Williamson shoe has been confirmed for release early 2021. So basically early 2021 is maybe around like March, April, maybe even May, stretching it a little bit. So if you think about it, that's in like 7-8 months probably, right, from now, which is kind of crazy. So Zion Williamson signed with Jordan Brand, I guess 2019, I believe it was like July or something like that. So it's already been a year since he's been with Jordan Brand. Of course, when he was with Duke, he had that whole fiasco with his Nike PG2 or PG 2.5 like ripping because he's such a big dude. So yeah, last year he signed with Jordan Brand and he's been wearing the Jordan 34. I mean, mainly this shoe. He hasn't really been wearing anything else that Jordan has to offer. And I posted this on Instagram, right? That Zion Williamson is going to have a signature shoe early 2021. There was a lot of comments. Shout out to the Soul Squad. Like a lot of you guys were, I don't know if you guys are mad, but you guys were disagreeing. You guys were saying he doesn't deserve a signature shoe, which I guess I kind of do understand. He didn't really do anything. And they have other players that I think are like deserving of a signature shoe more than Zion Williamson. So for example, Luka is signed with Jordan Brand and he used to wear the Jordan 34 like a lot, but then for some reason he switched it up like a lot to the Jordan Jumpman Diamond Low, or I guess the mid, but more the low, and the React Elevation. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. And I don't know, he used to play in a lot of Kobe's, right? He was a Kobe dude until he signed with Jordan Brand. And I think it has something to do with like how fluid the shoe actually feels, right? So the Jordan 34, I'm not saying it doesn't feel fluid, it doesn't feel smooth, but it just doesn't feel as smooth as like this shoe, right? So if you look at Kobe's, remember like the Kobe 8, the Kobe 9, like all Kobe's that had drop-in midsoles, look at that. You see how easy and fluid it is, right? So I mean, this will move with your foot very, very well, right? And there is a plastic midfoot shank plate, you know, on the outsole because it is a drop-in midsole, and that gave you a little bit more torsional support, which is good. But for the most part, this shoe is very, very flexible, right? And same thing with the Jumpman Diamond Low. It's pretty damn flexible. Obviously not as flexible as the Kobe 8, but you know, this is a lot more flexible than the Jordan 34, which you kind of really can't bend. I mean, it bends a little bit once it's under like your weight, but for the most part it's a lot stiffer than this, right? So anyways, Luka's been playing in those shoes, and of course Jason Tatum, he's been playing in the Jordan 34, which is interesting, right? And he's had some really sick PEs. Like the other day, Tatum was playing like the red and white PE, where his left shoe is white and his other shoe is red, and then the parts that are white are red on the other shoe, which is really cool. It's like an opposite. And yeah, I definitely do agree with you guys. Jason Tatum and Luka Doncic deserve signature shoes a lot more than Zion Williamson, in my opinion, and obviously in a lot of you guys' opinion, right? But maybe it was something in his contract, you know, he was super hyped, and maybe Jordan Brand included by 2021 that he was supposed to have a signature shoe. And I also asked you guys what you guys would want in his shoe if Jordan Brand was to make one and release it, which obviously they're going to. And a lot of you guys said obviously support because of the PG2 fiasco, right? So I mean, all of Jordan's shoes have no issues with support. Like all of them are incredibly supportive, especially his older models, right? So if you look at the 33, the 32, the 31, they're just super supportive, very heavy and bulky. That was the thing I didn't really like about like most of Jordan's shoes, was that like they were just a little too heavy, right? So they did a great job with 34 and just putting the support where you need it, you know? And you have this 4-foot clip here for lateral support here in the 4-foot, and this midsole basically comes up to cage you. So yeah, I mean, Zion doesn't really do a lot of lateral movements. He plays more like Westbrook, you know, just like in a straight line. So lateral support isn't as important, but he still does lateral movements. I mean, in basketball, a lot of people do lateral movements no matter what your position, no matter what your play style is. So lateral containment and lateral support is pretty damn important in a basketball shoe. And for a guy as big as Zion Williamson, you definitely need lateral support. So that's one thing that's super important, obviously, and I'm sure Jordan Brand will recognize that and make a shoe designed for Zion, right? The next thing I think that he needs is cushion. A lot of you guys recognize that as well, so shout out to the Soul Squad. You guys are smart. And I mean, he's doing a lot of jumps. He's heavy, And not only that, he's very athletic. He's one of the most athletic people we've ever seen, right? So I was looking at his landing mechanics and they look okay. I feel like he should bend down a little bit more, but it's not as reckless as Ja Morant's. Like his landing mechanics are pretty bad. And I feel like he might get injured because he's so athletic, right? But Ja Morant is a lot lighter and a lot skinnier than Zion Williamson. So what he needs, I think, in my opinion, obviously a 4-foot zoom unit would be nice. A player like Zion Williamson is going to be on his toes a lot. He's going to be driving like just in a straight line to the basket. And just like in Westbrook's line, you know, the 0.3, there is a 4-foot zoom unit. You know, the Jordan 29 with this crazy ass 4-foot zoom unit. So I think his shoe should have a 4-foot zoom unit, but just in case he does heel strikes and stuff like that, I feel like like something in the heel would be nice, right? And shout out to DJ Folk for this information. And apparently Zion's shoe is supposed to be called the Jordan Z Code, which is, I don't know, I'm not really a huge fan of that name. I guess, I don't know, would you guys mind the shoe being called the Zion? I mean, the Zion 1, Zion 2. I feel like that's a little bit more simple, right? But anyways, it's supposed to be called the Z Code. The release date is around April 2021. And it's supposed to be 130 bucks, which is it's a little expensive for a signature shoe, I believe. You know, like most people, like PG, when his first shoe came out, was like 110 bucks. Same with Kyrie. I believe the Kyrie ones were like 100, maybe 110 bucks. So Zion Williamson, he's getting a pretty expensive shoe. Probably gonna have a little bit of tech in it. And not only that, but they also have colorways, you know? So we have black, metallic gold, and white. You know, so that's gonna be that's a pretty dope colorway right there. And we have some other colorways as well. Shout out to Soul Heat on Feet. And there's a lot of colorways actually, you know. And if we have this information, I believe they already have the shoe designed and made. I mean, if it's coming out in like 6 to 8 months, then obviously they already have everything completed. They're probably going into production right now and they're probably making it, and then they're gonna have all that set up, and then they're gonna release it, you know, when the shoe's supposed to release. The upper really isn't that important. If they use like the same type of material that they use in 34, and which I like, you know, I like to have a very minimal and thin upper, just personally. And if you want to support a shoe, you don't really need crazy materials, you know. For example, like in the 0.3, you know, you just need like something here, you know, in the 4-foot, something here in the heel, and you're good to go. Like the midfoot, the materials, you can just pretty much keep it thin. And if you have just these two spots for lateral containment, then that's basically all you need, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, tell us what you guys want to see in Zion Williamson's shoe, or I guess the Z Code, as far as tech goes, and what do you think he needs to have in his signature shoe. So tell us down in the comment section below. And also, when do you guys think Jordan Brand is going to release a signature shoe for Jason Tatum and also Luka Doncic? And if they do, I'll be very excited for that. But anyways, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.